Well, good evening, everyone. This is Mike Bass back again with another forecast update for you for this August the 19th, 2023. I'm hoping everybody having a great Saturday out there so far. Everybody has a great Saturday evening. Hope everybody continues to stay safe and well and also enjoy the weather because it's the only weather you got. Okay, in today's video, we're going to be talking about your forecast for Sunday and Monday. Also, we're going to take a look at the weather radar across the nation. Also, we're going to take a look at the watches, warning, and advisory map for your location across the nation. Also, we're going to take a look at the Storm Prediction Center overview and the storm report that came in this afternoon. And also, we're going to take a look at Hurricane Hillary. And also, we're going to take a look at newly formed Tropical Depression 6 in the Tropical Atlantic. We're going to have all of that in this video for today. So, stick around to the entire video so you will not miss a beat of this forecast. And like I said, the tropics are very active at this time of year now, so we was fixing to get very active coming up very soon, and we may have several named storms in the tropical Atlantic coming up here over the coming weeks and into September and also into October. So all right, well, I just want to give you an update. I feel a little bit better today, this evening now. I kind of just relaxed and took me a good nap today. Starting to feel a lot better. Stomach's starting to ease down a little bit, so that's good news. And if anybody prayed for me today, thank y'all very much for praying for me, and hope y'all can continue praying for me to get my stomach back to normal and try to get me back, get this whole arthritis kind of calmed down a little bit as well. Alrighty, well, let's go ahead and get the show on the road here, folks, and we're gonna dive on into your forecast now. Alright, we got some showers up here in portions of northern Maine, back in the portions of southeast Canada. We got some shower and thunderstorm activity right along the border of the United States-Canadian border from North Dakota over to Montana. Also down into portions of Minnesota, North Dakota, over to Idaho, Oregon, down toward California, down toward Los Angeles. Also down into the Gulf of California, also into northwest Mexico and Arizona as well, and Utah. Also, we got some shower activity down in portions of the southeast United States, from southeast North Carolina, eastern South Carolina, down to the coastal waters, down to the Florida Keys, Miami, Florida area, back to the Panhandle, Florida, and also into the portions of the Gulf of Mexico as well. Alright, here is Tropical Storm Hillary. Hillary will be setting over pretty much Southern California by tomorrow afternoon or tomorrow morning. As it continues to push on off to the north and become a remnant low, tropical depression over Nevada. The red slashed areas here, this is heavy rain and flash flooding. Expect rainfall up to a foot of rain in some spots. Expect mudslides in some areas as well. Also expect tornadoes to occur, and also expect loss of power in that region as well, to the high winds. Some winds could gust up to 50 to 60 miles per hour. Would not be surprised to see a few higher terrain may reach 80 to 90 miles per hour in some of the higher terrain mountainous region over portions of California and Nevada, and also maybe as you head on upstream there into portions of maybe even Oregon, eastern Oregon, and Idaho as well. Also, we got some heavy rain, flash flooding possible with Idaho, and also in the portion of Montana as well. All right, we got quiet conditions over around Vancouver, down to Seattle, Washington, back in the portion of Oregon, also around San Francisco, also over northern Mexico, central Mexico, southern portions of Gulf of California, also into ports of Texas, around Houston and Dallas, and Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska, over to Denver, Colorado. Also in the portion of Wisconsin and Minnesota. Dry conditions expected along southern areas of Canada. Also back over to Montreal, Toronto, Canada, towards Chicago, Illinois. Back down toward Arkansas, Mississippi, toward Atlanta, Georgia. Maybe in the upstate of South Carolina, portion of the Midlands. Also in the North Carolina, up toward Washington, D.C., Philadelphia, New York, Boston, New Hampshire, and portions of Maine and New York State. Quiet conditions there as well, like I said, Montreal, Toronto, Canada as well. All right. Let's move on to your Monday forecast. You can see We got quiet conditions over Quebec, Canada, all the way back into portions of Southwest, around Vancouver, down Seattle, Washington, also into portions of Oregon. Also down there toward the Gulf of California, y'all be drying out from Hurricane Hillary. Also, y'all be drying out in Mexico City, Mexico, as well, northern and central Mexico too. Also in the ports of Texas, you'll be dry conditions around Dallas, up toward Denver, Colorado, ports of Wyoming, also in the port of Montana, north and South Dakota, Minnesota, Wisconsin, southern Wisconsin that is, also towards Chicago, Illinois. So also down toward Louisiana, Mississippi, Atlanta, Georgia, the Carolinas, up toward Washington, D.C., Philadelphia, New York, Boston, Maine, over toward Montreal, Toronto, Canada. Dry conditions expected there. We got some showers and storms over portions of central and southern Florida, around Miami, the Florida Key, the Gulf of Mexico, over toward Houston, and also over toward northeastern Mexico. Also a little bit in Colorado and New Mexico as well. Also, some shower and storms over Arizona. There's the remnants of what was Hillary setting over Southern California Monday. Also, we got showers and storms toward Los Angeles, San Francisco, all the way to Oregon, portion of Washington State, right on the Canadian border from Washington State all the way over to portions of northern Michigan, Wisconsin, and Minnesota as well, North Dakota, Montana, and also through Utah and also into Arizona. The red slashed area there extended from portions of Arizona, California, all the way up to Montana. Some heavy rain and flash flooding possible in that region for your Monday. All right, let's take a look at the weather radar across the nation. As you can see, we got some showers and storms up here toward just east of Quebec, Canada, and also in the northern Maine. Also back toward Vermont, New Hampshire, also just west of Montreal, Canada. Scattered activity over in portions of Indiana, some over in portions of Kansas, and also Iowa. We got a little line of showers up here, portions of Minnesota and South Dakota, heading towards Minneapolis. May get a shower or storm this afternoon. Also, we got some showers and storms right here along the coastal areas of South Carolina, just east of I-95. Like I said in my earlier broadcast, coastal waters of the southeast United States. We got scattered showers over in portions of Montana, all the way down in the portion of Denver, Colorado, just east of Salt Lake City. Also back over toward Oregon. Also just north of Sacramento, and also northern California, some around east of Francisco. Also east of Los Angeles. Also, here comes that moisture coming in from Hurricane Hillary. Also in northern Mexico. We're here just northern Gulf of California, just east of, just west of Phoenix and Tucson. All this activity will continue to head toward Las Vegas, Nevada. Keep on heading toward Salt Lake City. You'll be in it, Nevada. And like I said, San Francisco, Fresno, Sacramento, San Diego. All of you guys will be getting in on the rain action later on in the forecast period. Tonight and again on your Sunday. You can head southbound a little bit further. We've got some down in the Gulf of Mexico, just east of Materi, Mexico. Got scattered showers down there in portions of Florida, just near the Tampa area, just west of Orlando. Also down toward the west coast of Florida, toward Miami, toward Havana, Cuba, toward the Bahamas, western Cuba, you included with some showers and storms as that little tropical disturbance is moving through that region, and then go move into the Gulf of Mexico probably by Monday. All right, let's move on to the watches, warning, and advisory map for your location across the nation. All righty. We got a big real estate area of heat advisories, heat warnings, heat watches in effect for the heat advisory will be extended for portions of Alabama, Mississippi, all the way into Arkansas, all the way into Indiana, Illinois, excuse me, southern Wisconsin, also into much of Minnesota, northern portions of Iowa, also into portions of South Dakota, also into Nebraska, also into portions of Kansas, also into southeastern Colorado, also into portions of Texas. The excessive heat warning for Texas, much of Louisiana, portions of Arkansas, much of Oklahoma, much of Kansas, southeast Nebraska. southern Iowa, much of Illinois, all of Missouri, and also southern portions of Minnesota. Special weather statement for you guys in portions of northwest Minnesota. Beach hazard statement extended from New York State all the way over toward Michigan, also the northern portion of the Michigan area as well. We got some high wind advisory, wind advisory report in Montana. Also, we got air quality alerts for portions of Colorado, also in the portions of Wyoming, also in the Montana, also in the Washington State and Oregon as well. Red flag warnings in effect for portions of Colorado. All right, we got flood watches extending from Idaho through portions of Oregon, also into southwestern Ohio, Idaho, much of Nevada, portion of Utah, also in the portion of Arizona, Southern California. Tropical storm warnings in effect there as well for Southern California. High wind warnings in effect for southwestern Arizona, Southern California, much of Nevada, and also a high wind watch in effect for portions of you guys there in Utah. Wind advisory there in southwestern Arizona as well. All right, hydro issues over portions of southwest Montana. River flood warning continue there as well. Excessive heat watches in effect for portions of South Dakota, Nebraska, and also Kentucky as well. Air quality alert for portions of Pennsylvania, Oklahoma, Ohio, and also portions of northwest Indiana as well. And there's these hurricane warnings, tropical storm warnings for the portions of the Gulf of California as well. Excuse me. All right, we got special weather statements for portions of Alaska, the Hawaii and Chain Island looks A-OK at this time. Storm reports and storm prediction center overview time. All right, here's them general thunderstorms for the southeastern United States, Florida. There's the marginal risk over portions of California. Also, there's the showers and storm moving into portions of the Midwest and the upper Midwest. That's associated with Hurricane Hillary, pushing moisture to the north, scattered activity over portions of Minnesota and also into Iowa as well. Convective outlook, there's that marginal risk, general thunderstorms in the lighter green. No watches are in effect. MDS discussion not in effect. Storm report, good. No storm reports received today, so we're all good. So, all right, and I'll take a look at the fire weather. There's that elevated Texas. The hydro issues over the ISO dry spots over portions of Oregon and Northern California as well. Let's take a look at day 2 outlook real quick. I did not show any severe weather for in my earlier broadcast, so we're going to take a look at this real quick. Then we're going to move on to Hillary. All right, we got a marginal risk for severe weather over here in portions of Arizona, Nevada, and also in Southern California. Also, if you live in Phoenix, Arizona, Las Vegas, Nevada, Tucson, Arizona, Mesa, Arizona, and Glendale, Arizona, marginal risk for severe weather. The tornado probability 2%. This includes Las Vegas, Nevada, Henderson, Nevada, also Paradise, Nevada, Sunrise, Manor, Nevada, and North Las Vegas, Nevada. 2% risk for a tornado. Damaging winds 5%. Same area, Phoenix, Arizona to Glendale, Arizona, surrounding areas. Large hail less than 5% in all areas. All right, now we're going to move on to Hillary. Hurricane Hillary. All right. As you can see here, the big wind field around the hurricane. That's tropical storm force wind. Hurricane force winds is that little darker orange. That's around the center of rotation. We have tropical storm watches in blue, standing along the Gulf of California all the way down to the southern portion, all the way into western Mexico as well. Tropical storm watches there in effect. We got hurricane warnings in effect for the west portions of the Baja area of California and also the Gulf of California as well. Tropical storm conditions all the way up to portions of California coast. Excuse me. All right. If you're tracking this system at home still, it's located at 23.8 north, longitude 114.1 west. Maximum sustained wind 110 miles per hour, still a major hurricane. I think it's a category 2 hurricane, so it's less than 110, but it's kind of right on the borderline of a major hurricane, strong hurricane still, but continue weakening as it continues to move on off to the north. About 12 p.m. Sunday, tropical storm, then a post-tropical storm by Monday morning over Southern California, according to the Storm Prediction Center outlook there as well. All right, now here's our newly formed tropical depression number 6. This is in the central Atlantic. Currently, the National Hurricane Center just keeps it as a tropical depression. 5 p.m. this afternoon, it was located here. By Sunday at 2 p.m. it'll be here, and then Monday at 2 a.m. Monday, and then about 2 p.m. Monday afternoon, it should be located here, just a remnant tropical depression. All right, if you're tracking this one at home, it's located at 16.7 north, longitude 50.2 west. Maximum sustained winds near 35 miles per hour with higher gusts. Movements to the west-northwest of 16 miles per hour. And like I said, it's classified as a tropical depression with winds less than 39 miles per hour. All right, let's take a look at the remainder of the tropics, and then we'll end the video. I figured this will probably be a tropical depression soon here, the one that has about a 70% of development. Yeah, this is invest 98L. The other one was 99L, so 98L should become a tropical depression as well. So shower and thunderstorm activity continue to associate with a broad area of low pressure located several hundred miles west of the Cabo Verde Island. Environmental conditions appear gradually favorable for further development of the system, and a short-lived tropical depression is likely to form this weekend while it moves northwestward, west-northwestward and to northwestward at about 10 miles per hour across the eastern tropical Atlantic. Early next week, upper winds over the system is forecast to increase, and further development is not expected. Formation chance through 48 hours, 7 days is high at 70%. All right, this is our next system here. This here could be another. This looks to be another tropical depression near the Windward Island. This is 90L that I discussed in the earlier video. Don't forget to check it out in that video as well. Also, a broad area of low pressure has formed near the Windward Island. Shower and thunderstorm activity has become better organized since yesterday. I showed that in today's video as well. Some additional development is likely, and a tropical depression could form by early next week while the system moves west to west-northwestward of 10 to 15 miles per hour across the Lesser Antilles into the eastern Caribbean Sea. Regardless, expect heavy rain to fall with this system over portions of Windward Island, and like I said, could produce some mudslides, power outages, gusty winds in the Leeward Islands, so you need to be mindful of that as well. All right, this system has a 40% of development over the next 48 hours and a 60% over the next 7 days. All right, we got a new little disturbance coming off the African coast. Tropical wave located over the west coast of Africa, producing a large area of disorganized shower and thunderstorm. Some slow development is possible. This system moves west-northwestward across the tropical Atlantic during the next several days. Right now, it has 0% over the next 48 hours, 20% over the next 7 days. And here's that little disturbance here over the Bahamas, which will become maybe a tropical depression later on down the road as well. Over the western Gulf of Mexico, an area of disturbed weather located between near the northwestern and central Bahamas, expected to move into the Gulf of Mexico by early next week. With a broad area of low pressure expected to form, slow development of the system is possible thereafter, and a tropical depression could form as it moves westward. It approaches the western Gulf of Mexico coastline by the middle of next week. Right now, it has a 10% of development over the next 48 hours and a 50% over the next 7 days. All right. Well, this wrap video. Hope everybody has a good one, and take care, and also enjoy the weather because it's the only weather you got. Also, like these videos, share these videos, consider subscribing if you have not, and we'll catch you back in the next video. Take care, everyone, and have a great Saturday evening.